Hey, what's up everybody? Today, I've got a highly requested video for the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. I've just kicked off the case review series this past weekend, and I was planning on starting the full screen protector review this coming weekend. But since so many of you are asking, Enan here from Udroid Mania, and you're watching my JETech full screen glass protector review. Now I'm not sure how many protectors I'm actually going to find, but this will be the first one in the series, so let's get to it. In terms of specs, this protector's got everything that we're looking for. It's got a 9H hardness rating, it's crystal clear, it's got an oleophobic coating, and more. Inside the packaging, you're going to find a cleaning cloth, a dust removing sticker, some instructions, the warranty card, and the protector itself. I'll say right from the beginning, I don't see a wet wipe here and I'm not sure why. There are some guide stickers included, but I'm not going to be using those. After taking a quick look at the instructions, apparently I have everything I need here. They want you to go ahead and clean the phone using only the microfiber cloth. Now of course we all know this is different than most screen protector installs, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the flow. I'll still suggest that you take your time here when cleaning the display, just as with any other protector install. The goal here is to make sure that you remove all dust, dirt, and debris. Next, you'll take the lint removing sticker, and you'll use this to remove any loose particles that are left on the display. Once you're done, I usually give the phone the once over just to make sure that there's nothing left on the screen that can get trapped between it and the display. Since I didn't use a wet wipe here, I'm just being a little extra careful. Again, I want to make sure that there's nothing there. And with that out of the way, it's time for the install. So let's go ahead and take the protector itself and remove the protective plastic covering from the back side of it. Already there's something else interesting that I notice here, and that's that not only does it appear to be that there's adhesive only at the top and bottom of this protector, but as far as I can tell, there's none on the sides. This is the first time that I'm seeing this with these curved protectors. At this point I'm just going to put it out there, I'm not really sure what to expect. This protector has the least amount of adhesive that I've ever seen. I do like the fact that the sides are completely clear, so let's go ahead and do the install. I take my time to line up the protector, and I start with the buttons at the bottom to make sure that those are in place. Recently I've gotten a lot of feedback about starting from the center and moving out towards the edges with these curved protectors. So I'm going to make sure that I do that, and one thing I'll note from the instructions is that it says here to be gentle, so gentle I'll be. Usually I press firmly in the center and then move out towards the edges, but for this one, we're going by the book. So far so good, because usually by now I would have seen a rainbow effect, and I don't see that here. So let's go ahead and take the tour. Starting from the bottom, as you can see here, the protector's nicely installed. This protector looks to be about 0.33 millimeters in terms of overall thickness. I notice here that it doesn't fully wrap around the sides, and that's probably a good thing because it's going to be case friendly. And I know that's one of the questions you guys are going to ask, but we'll cover off on that later. Up top, you can see there's plenty of room around the sensors and camera. Here's a closer look at the front of the protector, and again, like I said, there's no rainbow here. Despite taking a different approach to the install, and what appears to be less adhesive, this protector appears to be just what we're looking for. So of course we've got to take a look at the touch sensitivity, and we'll start by making sure that the S Pen works. I mean, so far so good, so there's got to be something, right? So let's just keep going and find out. When using the S Pen, it's just as if there were no glass protector on the phone at all. Whether you're scrolling up and down or using the Smart Select feature, there's no issues here. But for the purpose of today's video, I'm going to run a few more tests just to see if I can make a recommendation by the end. Whether you're tapping, swiping, scrolling, or selecting, everything remains good. The notification panel slides right down just as we'd want it to. Navigating the Note 7 after the install seems just the same as before, so I'm just going to say it right now, so far I'm thoroughly impressed. Being the first video in the series, I really didn't expect this today. If you've seen some of the recent videos for the search on the Galaxy S7 Edge, there was nothing like this available, and I mean nothing. So of course I'll be checking to see if JETech makes one for the S7 Edge, to round out that series. Next, continuing on with the touch sensitivity test, I wanted to make sure that there were no dead spots or dead areas on the screen protector, so I spent some time in different apps that I would normally use throughout the course of the day to see how they performed. Again, I couldn't find any noticeable issues. I found that things are working now just the same as they were before I actually applied the screen protector, and that's a good thing. The last thing that I looked at, which is one of the things that we're going to do most on our phones, is actually typing. I use the OneNote app to jot down ideas and thoughts for upcoming videos, and if I actually need to write a script, I'll type it in here. I do this type of a test because it gives me a good sense of how well the protector actually senses the different key presses, and also because the keyboard does cover a good portion of the lower half of the screen. I'm not the best typist, so I'm always using the back button, which is on the edge of the display. I've seen with some protectors that this is an area that can be unsensitive, requiring multiple taps before it actually works, but that's not the case here. I was able to type a pretty decent sized note, and all I can say is that I happened to stumble across this screen protector getting ready to do some reviews for you guys, and wow, boy am I glad I did. Not only are there any issues in the time that I've been using this protector, but the best part is that there's no rainbow effect. Even before we've gotten to the point where we're going to put a case on this, I already pretty much have formed my opinion, or some good thoughts at least. And that's because if you've been watching the channel, then you know when I choose a case, I'm actually going for style mostly more than protection. So the first case for me that I'd actually be pairing this with is a thin case. So of course I pulled out my VRS Design Simply Fit Light case, and it still looks awesome with this protector. I think that this protector is a perfect complement for this case, or any of the ones that I've shown you that are similar. Both the protector as well as this case leaves just the right amount of my Note 7 exposed, but at the same time I know that it's fully protected. This is something that I, as well as many others, have been looking for. Next, and it's because I know that you're going to ask me, I pulled out the Spigen Neo Hybrid. As you know, this is a very popular case, a lot of you have it and like it, so of course I had to try it out. Out of all the protectors that I've seen over the past couple of months, this is the first time that I've ever found one that worked with the Neo Hybrid. When it comes to the Fullscreen protector by JETech, at 5 days in, I'm saying this might be the best one that we're going to find. One thing I'll leave you guys with is that, yes, it's been 5 days, I've got several other protectors that I'm going to be going through, but after installing and using this one, I felt like it was the one. If you have any questions or want to know more, leave it in the comments below and let me know. I found this protector on Amazon for about 17 bucks. The links are down below if you're interested, so go and check it out. Okay, so there you have it. If you're like me, you're wondering where's this screen protector been hiding, and how come we've never heard of it before? I mean, if I'm a screen protector manufacturer, and I've got one that's great for the Galaxy Note 7, I would be making a lot of noise right now. As I mentioned earlier, this is the first one in the series, so there's going to be more to come, but right now, if I were you, I'd snatch up a couple of these before they're gone. If you're a hardcore fan of the Galaxy Note 7, this is one you definitely don't want to miss. And speaking of a hardcore Note fan, shout out to Julian. If you guys don't know who he is, you should listen to Julian. And I'll have a link down below to his channel. If you're new to this channel, now would be the time to go ahead and click that subscribe button for more content like this. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next one.